want to start our discussion with the Department of Education. Talk us through the implications, the impact that this move will have on the education sector.
Yeah, it's a really interesting move, and what I'm most focused on is to ensure that the programs that support students are carried out effectively, whether that's through the states or programs that support financial aid for our students who need help in attending four-year institutions. And so for me, it's less about the structure and more about how we continue to support our students and ensure that American students are competitive in terms of their academics.
I also have to ask you about anti-Chinese sentiment. House Republicans have put forward legislation to prevent Chinese students studying in American schools on national security concerns. This is rather a hostile policy. What would the impact be, and especially in attracting international students to study in the United States?
Yeah, I think there are different views about that. From Dartmouth's perspective, I go back to our first principle, our North Star, which is defined the best students excelling wherever they are across the globe. Bring them to Dartmouth, teach them how to think, not what to think. That's an important distinction, so that they can go out and lead our world. And we continue to do that. It's one of the reasons I'm here in Hong Kong. I will next go to Japan to attract students from around the world who are really successful. And the bottom line is Dartmouth is an Ivy League university. We train leaders. We train leaders across the globe, and that means finding the best and brightest from across the globe.
What percentage of your student body is international, and what important role do international students play in the student body?
Yeah, I believe we're between 15 and 20% right now at the undergraduate level, and upwards in some of our graduate schools, whether it's our Tuck School of Business or Engineering. And essentially, the goal is to bring people to a university campus who have different views, different political ideologies, come from different lived experiences, and put them together so they can push at each other, so they can learn from each other and essentially establish connections. And so international students are an important part of that, just like students from the rural aspects of the U.S., just like students who come from very different political backgrounds. Our goal is really to have that conversation across difference.
In terms of inclusion, what about the DEI policy? How has that impacted Dartmouth?
Yeah, Dartmouth has always been a place that accepts views from many different folks and looks and brings in people who have different aspects to their background. I don't see anything changing at Dartmouth. We look for the students who will be the most academically successful, and that's based on their test scores, it's based on their experiences, it's based on a meritocracy, which is where we should be in terms of finding those who will be the best leaders.